I'm here with Clifton, and I interviewed you a while back, Clifton, about you being tasered. And I'm wondering if could you maybe just give us a little brief what happened, and then fill us in on what's going on.
I was on my way to work. And right before I made it onto the bus to number 15. Two guys came by, two drunk guys, apparently out of some bar or something, and they came by and they fucking jumped me. So it was completely random attack. To this day, I don't know who they are, and they can't possibly know me. So I was in a fight with them. That lasted for several minutes, and then they took off up the street. And then I called 911. A bunch of people called 911, and the police came, and I was arrested, and I was tasered. I was charged with resisting arrest, along with criminal mischief.
And you went to court? You had a court date set up for that?
I had an initial court date, for Monday, June 9th. I went into court, and only to find out that the two charges against me were initially dropped. Not that it made my overall situation any better, so basically, because I lost my job, because they fired me when I didn't make it into work that Saturday night. I wasn't able to. And what brings us up to this point is, I've been making almost weekly trips down to the courthouse. I've been trying to get police reports. I've sent off requests for that several times. And I was on a trip earlier this month. I was on yet another trip down to the courthouse, just looking into my case.
Trying to get the information about your case from the police station.
Right.
And having a hard time, a long drawn out hard time getting it.
Right, because I don't have a lawyer. I'm not able to get a lawyer. I haven't been able to really talk to anyone about this, so I've been just, dealing with this issue all by myself pretty much, so I went down to the courthouse looking for information, and then I was directed down to the lobby, and to try to seek information from one of the sheriff's deputies. And then it turns out that there was an arrest warrant put out on me. So I was arrested right there in the courthouse lobby.
So as you went to get information, you're in there checking on your case. It's now four months old. You can't get any report about it. All of a sudden they tell you.
I can't get any word about it.
You can't get any word about it, right? Yeah. And then you go down there to get information. They tell you right now you got a warrant, and they're going to arrest you right there.
Yes, well they did arrest me.
Jeez.
So, and thing is, if I had just said the hell with it, and just kept going and hadn't been there since, then no, they wouldn't have known anything about it. They've, all this time, So because apparently sheriff's deputies are too lazy to actually do their job and actually go out and get people, So
you came to them innocently.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well,
okay.
If I had known there was a warrant out on me, I would have turned myself in. The thing is, what I don't understand, and this is, I really haven't been able to even ask this question because I have no, certainly no one has given me the answer to it. I sent off a typed letter to the DA here, Michael D. Shrunk, just today. Just asking him, among other things, this question. But the thing is, they could have sent when it was decided that to refile the charges. They could have sent me like a letter in the mail or something, along with a court date, and then sent out a warrant for my arrest. Had I not shown up for court.
They made no attempt to just get you at your address or send you a letter or notify you that they've changed their mind on this.
Right, exactly. I don't understand on what grounds they, felt it necessary to drop the charges, back in June. And I don't know on what grounds they decided to refile the charges, more recently. Now, so that's pretty much where I'm at now.
Now you do have a court date now.
Yes.
Another one.
Yes. Tentatively for October 10th. I have a public defender, and I'm not scheduled to actually. I've spoken with her on the phone very briefly. Otherwise, I'm not scheduled to actually meet with her until October 7th. This is all this year.
Three days before your court date, you can finally have a chance to talk to her.
Yeah.
Boy.
Now, the charges aren't the exact same. What I was facing before was a criminal mischief count 1, which is actually a felony.
That's the charge they're levying on you now?
No, that was the original charge.
Okay.
And the criminal mischief, that part stemmed from when I smashed a mirror, shortly after the fight. And this is just, and as I mentioned this before, this is just my mistake, and that was out of just sheer anger.
Anger and frustration. The guys jumped you and they walked on down the street. You're just pissed and you kind of struck out and hit the wall glass. What was next to you?
You're right. Without, basically unconsciously, but it happened. So that's where the criminal mischief charge came from.
Is that a misdemeanor charge? Do you know?
No. Apparently, a criminal mischief 1 is a felony.
Okay.
Now, what I'm facing now is a criminal mischief 2, which is a misdemeanor.